About half a century ago, humanity sent a couple of chunky spacecraft into the heavens to learn more about the outer planets of the star system we inhabit. Resembling a giant loudspeaker in space, these spacecraft, after having achieved their primary objectives, became a beacon of hope carrying humanity's torch in a cosmic relay race to tell another civilization, if they exist, that we are here. So far, the Voyagers have been constantly telephoning back home, even from beyond the solar system. Voyager I, especially, has been the limelight of mission, and for reasons fair enough. I mean, imagine discovering a ring around Jupiter. That was pretty massive news back in the day. At Saturn, Voyager I found 5 new moons and a new ring called the G ring. And who could forget these iconic lines?
From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us.
On bad days, I look at this image, and it reminds me how insignificant my problems are. On good days, it tells me how incredibly lucky I am to be riding this tiny dot and traversing through the vastness of the universe. But the pale blue dot is also significant because it is a part of a larger image, the first and the only family portrait of the solar system, taken from 3.7 billion miles away as Voyager I was passing by Neptune in 1990. It was Valentine's Day that day, and as the spacecraft snapped the pale blue dot image, mission planners powered off its camera forever in a bid to save its energy. It was then that the iconic spacecraft's long journey began, making it the first man-made object to venture into interstellar space. Today, almost 50 years later, this legend of a spacecraft is struggling to keep up with an unforgiving outer space, and it seems like we are going to lose it forever. So what's going on? Welcome to territory. This is your space. As Voyager I went farther and farther away from its mothership, the Earth, it has constantly texted us in a series of zeros and ones in specific patterns that translate into words. But last year, in September, suddenly, the zeros and ones weren't translating into words, but gibberish. In other words, Voyager I started talking in a language that we cannot understand, and mission scientists have started preparing for the worst, the final goodbye. But glitches have happened to Voyager I before, and scientists have found ways to fix them. So what is it now that's forcing the mission team to call the curtains on the spacecraft? Things start to get really fascinating from December of 2023, when the Voyager I team tried to find the root cause of the problem. They realized that one of its onboard computers, called the Flight Data System, or FDS, has malfunctioned. Now, normally that would not be a worry, since the spacecraft has a backup FDS, but unfortunately, that stopped working in 1981. Now, the FDS is like the nervous system of the spacecraft. Its job is to keep Voyager's health status up to date and then work with the Telemetry Modulation Unit, or TMU, to tell ground control what's going on. The TMU acts as the translator between the spacecraft's scientific and engineering data and the radio signals that carry the information back to Earth. But what do you do when the FDS itself isn't working? Well, the TMU cannot collect the data and send it back to Earth. As a result, it is sending us gibberish, and scientists cannot find what caused this malfunction. And here is where the theories start to come in. The following are the 3 possible reasons the mission team believes led to the malfunction of the spacecraft. Heads up, number 3 is wild. Number 1, an unknown mechanism. The team suspects that the FDS's memory may have been corrupted, causing its binary code to generate unintelligible patterns. Number 2, physical hardware failure. Considering the extensive duration of Voyager I's operation, NASA engineers are also exploring the possibility of a physical hardware failure. Given the spacecraft's age, it's plausible that a component may have simply worn out, whether in hardware or software. Number 3, mysterious energy particles. Now, this might seem like a stretch, but the team also entertains the possibility of an energetic particle colliding with the spacecraft. Such an event could have caused a bit flip, where a 0 in the code is inadvertently switched to a 1 or vice versa. The infamous Derek Muller has done a great video about bit flip in his popular channel, Veritasium. For those interested, the link is in the description below. Okay, so now we have scenario 1, 2, and 3, but the thing is, it might not even be the FDS that's causing problems in the first place. So all these scenarios are just the best guessed ones because no engineering data is coming back, and that makes it very hard to say what really is the problem with Voyager 1. It might be heading for a black hole right now, and we still wouldn't know. But don't despair because NASA has confirmed that Voyager 1 is exhibiting what's known as a carrier tone, which tells us that although it is unable to send information, it is still alive. This is the statement from the mission team. The spacecraft appears to be healthy other than the current issue. So if we can fix this, Voyager 1 should be able to continue its science mission. But the Voyagers are already operating far, far beyond what anyone expected of them. We know the more time that goes by, the more issues are likely to arise. We'll keep them going as long as we can, but we know they won't last forever. Well, nothing lasts forever, but I do hope we can reconnect with the spacecraft one last time before it drifts beyond our reach and into uncharted territories. And while Voyager 1 might succumb to ongoing malfunction, the voyage is not over because its twin probe, the Voyager II spacecraft, is going strong. And as long as one of the spacecraft is alive, the mission continues. What's interesting here is that Voyager 2 was actually the first one to be launched, 2 weeks before Voyager 1. But since Voyager 1 had a more efficient route by the asteroid belt, it happened to reach farther faster. Voyager 2 was left behind by Voyager 1 on December 15, 1977, and the latter then went to become the first probe to exit the solar system. And while Voyager 2's journey has not been in the limelight as much, it still achieved a lot of accomplishments, like being the only spacecraft to have visited Uranus and Neptune. Together, the Voyagers had a shared mission to explore the depths of the solar system, pass by moons and planets beyond our own, and reach where no man-made craft has ever been. And if we lose Voyager 1, the spirit of human exploration would still be carried on by Voyager 2. Go well, Voyager 1, to infinity and beyond. What do you guys have to say? Drop in your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to Territory, because this is your space.
Territory.